dancers and dance teachers, it's also very apparent in the bar. When one is développing, for instance, this is called active stretching. Obviously one is working the muscles because of the resistance with gravity, but what else is going on is that one is actively stretching. And also, as you see with the dancer, there is a continuous motion, so the muscles are staying warm and they are actively stretching, which is very important to enhance one's dance technique and also very important to get one's leg up. And what we will do is we will take this a step further in our step-by-step learning program. Thank you. Dynamic stretching is also a very big part of the bar, the center and jumps. For instance, as you see, the dancer is doing grand battement. So here, dynamic stretching is involved. Also grand battement développé, as you see, the dancer is using dynamic stretching. Then you would take that into the center with grand battement, or even in jumps, for flic-jeté, for sisson, these are dynamic stretching. Now what I will show you is what we call ballistic stretching, which is not necessarily correct for dance. Now I believe that ballistic stretching is not so valuable for the art form of ballet. Ballistic stretching, of course, is a valid stretching form. It's more, I would say, for the martial arts because of the power of kicking. But of course, with the aesthetic of ballet, it has a danger of knocking the dancer off and also creating the wrong energy for the viewer. I will demonstrate now with my dancer. Please, if you could be so kind. So this ballistic stretching is where somebody is trying so hard to get their legs as high as they can and sacrificing all their posture, which in turn does have implications for injury. Another form of stretching, which through sports science and a lot of research, they found out actually for dance, this is probably the most ideal stretching. It's called PNF, Proconceptual Neuromuscular Facilitation. Now on our website, you can download an article about more detailed, specific ways to use this wonderful stretching form, which you can use at home. And if you're actually in the class, I would implement this after the bar. So I will explain in detail. So if you could, please, dancer. So I've asked the dancer to go forward. I've asked the dancer in this position to relax. So you find the ideal position, you relax in it as much as possible. And now I will ask the dancer to engage the muscles, i.e. contract. So she stayed in the stretching position, but now she's contracting the muscles. For about 15 seconds is advisable, and then she releases, relaxes, and then she comes back to the neutral position. So I'll explain that again, and again, you can do this at home. So now we're stretching the hamstrings and the lower back. You go forward. You try to find the ideal position. Try to stretch in the ideal correct position as one would in développé. Relax. Then slowly contract the muscles. So the muscles should be contracted, I would advise 15 to 20 seconds. Then released in the same position and then coming up. So I will show you also another stretch, and you can stretch whatever stretches that you like to do or you feel necessary for you at home or in class. You can implement this PNF, and as I say, on our website you can download more information. Now I will demonstrate with the help of our dancer another form of PNF stretching. Now please remember that everybody has different capabilities and flexibility. So it's very important that when you do stretch, that it's in the correct position. So if you could please now put yourself in the right position. It's very important that if you are to sit in there a second, that your back is straight. Now you can try that out on the wall to see. Now for instance, if I ask you to put your legs in a little bit, this is also valid. Be careful not to roll, dancers. So whatever your capability is, try to stretch in that, and the result will be quicker and better. So I will now ask the dancer to stretch to the side. So with PNF stretching, you find the ideal stretching position, you relax in that, and then I've asked the dancer to engage the muscles, so she is going to contract the quadriceps and the calf, and now in this position you would stay about 15 seconds to 20 seconds, then relax, and then coming slowly up. So again, we have more detailed stretching positions for you on our website, because it's very important that you do stretch in the right position. So if you could please to the other side. So the dancer slowly goes to the required position, relaxed, and then flexing. This is PNF stretching, and then she relaxes, and then she comes up. And once again, as I say, we have many detailed explanations for how one to stretch in the right positions. Now I will show you the last part of stretching. Final form of stretching is passive stretching. Now, passive stretching is very important. It's something that one would do after class. Our dancer will slowly just demonstrate this. Passive stretching is where one stays in one position for a while, just to release the muscles. It's a form of warming down. One could also do passive stretching at home, but be very careful, dancers and dance teachers, that you don't stay in a position too long, because that can actually be counterproductive. What happens there, one loses the coordination of the muscles, and also slowly the strength of the muscles. So I do understand that we want to stretch muscles, but we've talked very much about the different forms of stretching. I would use passive stretching after a class. If you're at home and you want to relax a little bit and stretch the muscles after a hard working day or a hard class, they're very valid, passive stretching. But again, be very careful that you don't stay there for more than a minute, because it could be counterproductive. Again, on our website, we will also demonstrate other forms of stretching in the sense of which positions and how to get to them correctly. And please, it's all about you, it's all about helping you. If you have any questions, or if you have anything that you want to discuss, we'd be more than happy to assist. Thank you very much.